Hey everyone, today we're doing adding and subtracting rational expressions. This is going to be adding and subtracting fractions essentially, and we'll start with the ones that have like denominators. So let's subtract 2/3 minus 11/3. Now the rule of subtraction or addition is to perform the operation on the numerator and keep the same denominator. Negative 9/3 will reduce to a negative 3/1. So just negative 3. Now when rational expressions are involved, same deal, same rules. We just have to worry now about the rules of like terms and all those kinds of things like algebra rules. So you do need a common denominator, and after you combine them, factor and reduce if possible. So 47 over 11x plus 52 over 11x is 47 plus 52 on top. And again, the same denominator, that's going to carry through on bottom. This becomes 99 over 11x. Now, can this be reduced? Yes, just like a regular fraction, 99 over 11 will reduce to 9 over x. Looks like a percentage symbol. So what about this, a little more complicated looking rational expression? All right, if we take a look at what we have here, you can notice 4x squared plus 12x minus 216, 4x squared plus 12x minus 216. Even though it's complicated looking, the denominators are the same. So if we add these together, the numerator gets added together, 4x plus 36, and then 4x squared plus 12x minus 216 is the denominator. Now 4x plus 36 is just 4x plus 36, right? This does not add together because they are not like terms. The denominator will factor using a greatest common factor. And then inside here, we can factor that further. 4x plus 36. Oh, you know what? Actually, 4x plus 36 is also factorable into 4 times x plus 9 with a greatest common factor. So what multiplies to negative 54 adds up to a positive 3. That's going to be a plus 9 and a negative 6. So x plus 9s are going to cross out. 4s are going to cross out also, right? They're going to reduce down to 1. So since everything on top is gone, that's a 1. And x minus 6 is on the denominator. And this is our final answer. So really, a lot of reducing here, not much in terms of addition. Just really writing down those two terms, 4x and then 36, added together. So be careful with minus signs. Be careful with subtraction of rational expressions, because look how it's going to happen. We're going to get 4x minus 5. And once again, these denominators are the same, x squared minus 2x minus 35. So that means we can go ahead and start combining. Minus, let's keep the same color, minus negative 2x plus 2. x squared minus 2x minus 35 is the denominator. But these parentheses here are absolutely necessary. And notice that I'm not really doing any of the operations yet. We'll get to that. Because this minus sign is going to distribute 4x minus 5 plus 2x minus 2. And then on the denominator, we can go ahead and factor that. X squared minus 2x minus 35 is going to factor into x minus 7 and x plus 5. Like terms, 4x plus 2x, negative 5 minus 2. On the numerator, we can combine like terms, 6x minus 7, and on the denominator, x minus 7 and x plus 5. So if we can factor, nothing's going to cancel, right? Again, negative 7 outside the parentheses and inside the parentheses are not going to cancel. 6x minus 7 doesn't factor. And since nothing factors and since nothing cancels, this is our final answer. Let's look at number 4 up here. We can move this up a little bit. 16x plus 2 minus 8x plus 16. Again, denominator, 2x squared plus 4x minus 30 is the same on both. So we can go ahead and start our subtraction. And again, write this out first. It'll save you from some big mistakes that are game-changing mistakes. Distribute this negative sign. Right, in my experience, those who try to perform this subtraction here in one step very often forget to distribute this negative sign. That's because the parentheses aren't here to begin with by default. So once you put them in here on this step, it is much less likely that you'll make that mistake. 2x squared plus 4x minus 30 is our denominator. So like terms, 16x minus 8x is going to be 8x. 2 minus 16 is going to be negative 14. On the denominator, 2 times x squared plus 2x minus 15. So now we have more factoring to do. Greatest common factor up top is going to be 2, so 2 times 4x minus 7. And in the denominator, x squared plus 2x minus 15 should factor. X plus 5 and x minus 3. And what's going to cancel here, if anything? Let's take a look. Let's use blue to cancel out. Outside the parentheses, both have 2, so those can be divided into 1s. 4x minus 7 up top. I don't see a 4x minus 7 on bottom, so this looks like it's it. X plus 5 times x minus 3 is our denominator. 4x minus 7 is our numerator. Take a look at the next lesson when we are using unlike